Yeah, nice, man. And then I guess that's led you to this path you're on at the moment, which is so you're running your own business. The hair side of it. When did you decide that was something you wanted to try?
That's a good question.
Because I got a funny story to add once you tell yours.
Okay. So after going through that whole dark phase, so I actually tried to start studying again because I was on that whole self-development journey kind of grind. I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do and what was best for me. And so I think I was studying psychology at the time through my own efforts, not through uni or anything like that, just to try to figure out myself. And I realized, maybe I could try to get into, uni, do some psychology. I had a discussion about this with one of my friends and they were like, but do you want to take on problems every day of your life? I was like, that's a good question. Not really. And he's like, why don't you just cut hair for a living? You cut my hair. Why don't you just do it for a living? And I thought, at the time, because back then I feel like there was a bit of a social stigma behind being a male hairdresser. Because back then there was only just hairdressers. There wasn't barbers around.
Yeah.
It wasn't very common. And so I think that stigma still stuck around. Well, for me anyway, I thought that if I became like a hairdresser or a barber or whatever, I thought I'd be gay. I'd be considered gay or something like that, And so I neglected it for a little bit, but then also around that time, that social media started popping off. Barbers started a big thing and
started charging $30 a cut.
Yeah, it started popping off, and I was already watching a lot of haircut tutorial videos because I think in high school, I actually created a tutorial. I'm pretty sure you remember, maybe. I made a haircut video and stuff like that. It's all gone now. I deleted it. I don't know why. I was young. But yeah, that made me realize I was like thinking, maybe I should just go back to my roots. I enjoyed cutting hair when I was young with all the friends and whatnot. So yeah, that's what led me into the barbering world.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, because that video you spoke about before I even knew Alex, I was trying to grow my hair. So I stumbled upon it. I think I told you ages ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, this is the same dude. It had like almost 200k views.
Yeah, heaps of views, man.
And this is like fucking 15 years
ago.
You're like, I'm like, that's my cousin. And you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's my cousin Richard.
I've seen this thing. But yeah, man. So like you say, you were into it back then, and you just kind of figured, all right, let's give it a crack.
Yeah.
Like even my mum seems to think that she inspired you, but I'm like, I don't think so, Mum. But my mum did say that. My mum did try to push up, but I think it's like, would it be like when you were 18, 19 at that time, you were like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Because like one of AFAM, Anthony's friends, Tree, he was also really into his hair. So I think you guys were really into your hair at the time. So my mom was just like, you should do it. And Rich was just like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, well, like you said, there was probably a little bit of stigma. And then I reckon...
Especially at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these barbershops popped up. They started, they doubled the prices, and then it became this, thing.
Cool, like a really cool experience for men to go. It's a whole experience now.
It is, yeah. Like, you talk about it again later, but your shop is really cool. Like, you go in there, and it's like you're in another... when you get your haircut, it takes you into a different place where everything else kind of disappears, right?
Yeah.
For the half an hour.
For all the people, it's very therapeutic. Yeah. Some people can vent out. Like I meet all kinds of strange people, hearing different stories and all walks of life. Yeah, most of the time it's just them talking about their life, or they have problems. They just want to vent out. I'm just there going, just agreeing with them or putting my 2 cents every once in a while.
Well, that's probably why people come back to you. So I liken hair cutting or barbering to being a wrestler in the WWE. Hear me out, because the skills are all similar, right? You can go to a different barber, he'll be decent. Go to you, it's going to be good. It's all going to be the same, but it's the microphone skill. It's all right. These guys actually want to come and have a chat with you, which I reckon most people, that's why they'll go to you, or their barber.
Yeah.
So as good as the hair, as good as the hands need to be, the microphone needs to be
the service. Yeah.
Good analogy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I remember.
It got there, but yeah.